Hey, what's up everybody? It's Tuesday, March 2nd. Little bit of a pullback today, but nothing to get worried about. Now I'm going to do something that I hate to do, but I'm going to do it. I feel like I have to do it, and that is give somebody who already has a lot of publicity a little bit more publicity. A little bit, because I mean, not a lot of people follow my channel, so maybe it's no big deal. And the guy I'm talking about is Barstool Sports President Dave Portnoy. Now, it was announced today that he is coming out, or he has aligned himself with a company that has a product, an ETF product that tracks, I guess you call it, the financial buzz, the chatter in social media with respect to whatever's going on, stocks, like what we saw last month with GameStop and AMC and all that Reddit stuff and Wall Street Bets. So somebody has come up with an ETF where it's based on some algorithm that looks at, you know, the chatter, the talk on social media with respect to certain stocks whenever, I guess, they get hot or talked about. So he has a line, he's basically put his name on this thing. The product is called Buzz. I think that's the symbol. It's $BUZZ. If you go on Twitter or if you just Google Buzz or Dave Portnoy, you'll hear the story. Now this makes me kind of laugh because this is what it's all getting distilled down to. And you know, kind of like as a parallel conversation that I've had with you guys so many times, you know, everybody is looking for shortcuts. And the irony of this is investing is easy. I mean, you want to buy value, you want to have patience, you want to allow, you know, the value, the intrinsic value to come to fruition, to reach its you know, ideal level. And you want to have an understanding of the economy and basic conditions. I mean, if we're talking about a really, really bad economy, and we saw a little, you know, short-term snippet of it last year, starting in March, April, May, when everything contracted because of the shutdowns and the pandemic. But you need to, and vice versa, when that fiscal support came in and, you know, everything popped back up. But you need to have a basic understanding of how the monetary system functions, how policy affects the economy, and just basic economic conditions. And that's not that hard to do. But what you see happening now is everybody looking for shortcuts in any possible way imaginable. Okay, who's talking about what on Twitter? Who's talking about what on Reddit? Maybe I could jump in there. The problem with this ETF, as far as I could see, is that by the time this thing registers like high levels of interest or high levels of chatter, because I think the algorithm is based on, you know, the talk and the price movement. So like, you're jumping in there, if you're following this ETF, you're jumping in there after most likely that stock or that security has already had a significant move. Not exactly the greatest way to invest. But even if it's a good way to invest, the point I'm trying to make is everybody is looking for a shortcut, when in fact, the easy path is right in front of your nose. The easy path is just having some education, being informed, having, you know, discipline, having emotional control, having mental game, having patience. That's it. Look, we had a stock today. I don't know if I mentioned this, but last month, and maybe going back even into late January, I was telling my subscribers, look, you got to buy the Homebuilder stocks. You got to buy the Homebuilder stocks. They're the most undervalued, probably among the most undervalued companies or sectors in the stock market. Companies like Hovnanian, companies like Pulte, companies like Toll Brothers, companies like KB Home, DR Horton, all right? Hovnanian today was up 38%. And I gave, a deep fundamental reasoning or rationale for owning these stocks. It was up 38% today, all right? A huge jump. I mean, it doesn't take gimmicks. You should avoid gimmicks. Now, a lot of people are going to jump on this. This guy, Dave Portnoy, is very, very popular. A lot of people follow him. He's kind of goofy. I give him a lot of credit for the business he built, Barstool Sports. I personally, and this is not a knock on him, I just don't get the popularity of Barstool Sports. I love sports. I follow sports. That's not a site I look at. All right, I'll look at ESPN, I'll look at Fox Sports, But whatever. He built a great company, made a lot of money when he sold it out to Penn Gaming. This is crazy. This is, again, just, where we are in terms of our culture, in terms of people always looking for shortcuts in the stock market. It's not going to be helpful to very many people whatsoever. It'll be helpful to the creators who put this thing together. Now we're going to attract a huge following because of Portnoy. But I just wanted to talk about it because it's another sign. And I take it like this. It makes our game so much easier. Like, you want people to behave this way. We want people to behave this way. Like, really, really short-term focused and really, really into gimmicky things. I mean, that makes it so much easier for us. Like, if we were out there against people who are really informed with a deep understanding of MMT, of economics, of policy, who had, deep pockets and patience, that's a different story. But when you got a bunch of people running around like chickens with their heads cut off, chasing after some ETF that's based on chatter on social media, thinking like, they're going to become rich doing this. I mean, that's just great. When I see that, that's just amazing. I love it. I love it. Anyway, remember, go to my website, pitbulleconomics.com. Sign up for a 30-day free trial of MMT Trader. I did a podcast today, but I'll be posting it up tomorrow. I will remind you. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.